Good afternoon, everybody. I'm just going to do a quick, editorial to my previous live stream I did with my daughter. Shout out to my fruit, Danny B. Jordan. Every time she comes on this platform, I'm more and more proud because, of all the things I did wrong, she is proof that I did some things right. So I went back and looked over the chat exchange, and it made me in the discord that went forth, and it made me think about a few things. And I'm gonna start with a story. I'm a storyteller. Okay, my daughter was in high school, and she had a friend, and her friend were beefing back and forth. And I could see that the frustration that was causing my daughter, and what was happening was they were texting back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I told her, don't do not one more text. Either you go over there to her house and talk to her, or you pick up the telephone and you actually have a conversation. I said, because with each text, that it's escalating. And I said, no doubt that there is something missed in the translation. I said, so don't you send not one more text. I so I don't know if I can't remember if they talked on the phone or they actually went over to her house, but I remember the next day or two, she said, Mom, you're right. What I was understanding was not what she was trying to say. And what she was saying, that's what I was understanding from her, is not what she was trying to say. Another thing, in my work environment, a few years ago, there were some email exchanges that were going back and forth between me and another colleague. And it was clear it was not going well. I would respond to an email, then they would send me a dissertation. And I said, you know what? I got up from my desk, walked across the parking lot to their office, and let's have a conversation. So things were getting lost in translation. Why am I saying that? Because in these platforms, we bring ourselves. There was a song that Teddy Pendergrass, I think it was Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes for my old school folks. And it said, you can't hide from yourself. Everywhere you go, there you are. What I mean by that, we bring ourselves into these platforms, whether we are actually on the platform or in the chat. We bring our life experiences, good and bad. We bring the life experiences of people that we love or who have loved us, the things that we have seen them go through, the things that we've been through ourselves, and we get to type in because it's our experience. It's our perspective based on those experiences. So when somebody, or what we believe, they're discarding our experiences, what happens? We're gonna fight back. Because it's even worse because we don't know each other. We don't know each other. All we know is what somebody typed in, like, oh, hell no, you don't. And then what happens? We miss what we came to the platform for to begin with. How many of us grew up in a time that, right, wrong, or different? Don't you talk about my mama. That's what happened here. Because I went and looked. And again, I believe, and I don't know what the funk, but he's a jokester. He's a jokester. and I've come to know him. He's funny. I don't think he means to be mean, but we don't know each other. So what he may have said lightheartedly, well, again, you don't know Lucky's life. You don't know her experience. You don't know her perspective. So again, she typed back. That's what we do. Should we do it? No, but that's what we do. And what happens? We lose sight of why we came to watch the show in the beginning. We lose sight. You know, I can speak for Lucky. I've come to know her. She's one of my nieces. I could probably say some things to her or even type some things to her, text some things to her that people who don't know her can't do that. So we have to be mindful, or we should be mindful, that we're bringing our experiences, and again, I don't know what the Funk situation, he may be bringing his perspective based on his experiences, whether it be his mother or whether it be a woman that he had children with, in their experience. We don't know. That's the point. We don't know. We don't know. And thus the cycle continues of men versus women, mothers versus fathers. I will give you another story. I remember, and I love my son-in-law because he's just one of a kind. And again, you all see me and Danielle on the platform, but we've had our battles within the last year. And my son-in-law was the mediator between the two, because my point is, I'm like, I would tell Danielle, well, when I was growing up, my mom did this to me, and what I'm doing to you, that ain't no big deal. I didn't do that. But that was her experience from me. Who am I to devalue that or depreciate that? Who am I to do it? Just because I didn't think it was that bad, because what I did to her or said to her was nothing near what my mother said to me. Who am I to depreciate her experience? And I know her. I gave birth to her, so I know her. So again, even more so, who are we to sit up and presume that we know or understand somebody else's perspective? We don't. We don't. So I'm going to ask again, we can agree to disagree, but we must be respectful of it, because we don't know what people are bringing when they come in here. And the reason I want to be a safe space for us to learn, grow, not necessarily agree all the time. Because we're not, because we have different experiences, different life experiences. But we can learn from those. But if we say something like, well, that's why your mama left, or that's why your daddy left, because your mom pushed him away. You may say that in jest, but how do we know that that really didn't happen to someone? And to someone, and you just put it out there, well, you're going to get something back. And it's different because, well, you don't know them, so you just typing, not realizing the impact that you might not only be having on that one person, but on others too. We got to stop it. We got to stop it. Um, I don't want to ramble, but I was reading the comments, and again, I'm seeing the various perspectives on both sides. Well, the input on both sides. And when I read this one particular thing, yeah, I could see if somebody said, "Well, that's why that's why your daddy left. Your mom pushed him away." that might incite something in me too. And again, the rational side of me, the logic side will say, he don't know me. I'm not going to respond to that. But the emotional side of me, like, you be talking about my mama, you don't know what the F it went on in my. But again, we bring ourselves everywhere we go. And these fingers, growing up, they would say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That's a lie. That's a lie. Because, are we speaking life or death with what we say or what we type? So again, that's all I want to say. My rant. Again, I want to appreciate. Well, I want to say that I appreciate all of you. I've just reached over 700 subscribers. I don't take that lightly, because that means that you value what I am saying. You value the conversations I'm having with the various people on my platform. You're varying the conversations that I have with my daughter. And that is why I did this. That is why I started this. I started it as a hobby because I want to help people because of what I've been through in my life. Professionally, personally, psychologically, the mental health battles I have dealt with and am dealing with. So I'm asking you, let's be mindful of what we're typing. My daughter talked about it earlier today. Control, self-control is a fruit of the spirit. And I get my niece Lucky. I'm a gym too. And again, and that's why I love her, because I see me in her. Because I'm like, I'm quick witted. This is what you got to say? Okay, well, take that. You know, so I'm quick witted. I get it. But just because we can don't mean we should. And that's what we're learning. That's what I want to teach. So that's all I got. Again, I'm doing my wifely duties because my husband be home soon. So love to you all. Appreciate you all. And let's just let's be a little bit more compassionate and extend a little bit more grace to each other and be a little bit more considerate. That's all I'm asking. Y'all have a good day.